Hey, it's nice to meet you. My name is Deborah Lindsay from the Center for EFT Studies. And I heard a rumor that you are interested in getting certified in the Emotional Freedom Techniques, EFT. So welcome to the website, and it's really nice to meet you. So if you're looking to get certified in EFT, I like to think that you're in the right place. And the class that you have here, the online training, to me, is one of the best trainings that you're ever going to get in EFT certification. A lot of people go to the live workshop direction. And to me, having taught the certification training for 10 years before taking it online, I can tell you that live workshop training just simply isn't enough. Even if you do a 4-day workshop, what happens by the end of the 4-day workshop is you walk out and you really don't remember much. You've learned about EFT, but you haven't really embodied EFT. So what I try to do with my online training is I give you the time that you need to not just learn about EFT, but to actually take it inside of you and build a skill set that you can take out into the world to help others, help yourself, and to build a really great practice. So if you take the training, you start out with level 1. So level 1 is all about healing yourself. So I'm a firm believer that if you are going to be helping others, you have to have done your own work. A lot of people come into the training even just wanting to do their own work, only wanting to help themselves. And that's okay too. Even if you take level 1 and level 2, by the time you are done with it, you are going to have done a lot of work to make yourself better. And that alone is worth the process of going through the class. But by the end of level 1, you have done a lot of work on yourself, and then you build on that skill set in level 2. And that's where you start to learn the more advanced techniques. That is where you go on to start working with other students. And then you go on to work with people in your own community. So how do you work with other students? You meet with them online, on Skype, on Zoom, on WhatsApp, on whatever technology you want to use. You set up your own schedule, you meet with them, and you do your sessions, and then you report back inside the online classroom. So the classroom itself is pre-recorded. The class itself is pre-recorded. So you can pop in at any time, day or night, and take the actual training. And if you feel like you want to go back and review it over and over and over again, you can. You have lifetime access to the training. So if you decide after level 2, so at the end of level 2, you are a practitioner and you have the skill set to go out, open a practice, and start helping other people. But a lot of people want to go on to level 3, where you then become an EFT master. So what is the difference? In level 1 and level 2, you're learning how in level 1, working on yourself, level 2, working with clients. And in level 2, you're learning the techniques really to work on what I think of as one-off clients, right? So people who come in who have a phobia, people who have a bothersome memory, people who have a headache, those kinds of things that are short-term clients. But level 3 then takes you on to work with what I call life clients. So life clients are those clients that have complicated chronic issues going on. So they walk in and they're telling you about this and this and this and this and this, and what do you do? So for a lot of people, they get lost right there. So in level 3, we really learn how to dig in and how to create a map so that we can work with those clients who have chronic, complicated issues. And the reality is that for many people who make a living as an EFT practitioner, those life clients are your bread and butter. And level 1 and level 2, the content that you're learning in level 1 and level 2 is pretty consistent with what you're going to learn with anybody else who really has an accredited, certified training in level 1 and level 2. But level 3 is where you really start to learn what I bring to the table. This is where my 20 years of experience sitting behind the chair working with people is now right in front of you, and I can teach you what I have learned and how you can really get great results with your clients. So the class is here for you. The goal is to make you a really great practitioner. The idea is that when someone sits down in front of you, you have the skill set and the confidence to know how to help that person get well. That's what we're going for. So if you're someone who you really like to help people, you want to be able to work from home, you want to be able to make a great living doing it, I firmly believe you're in the right place, and I hope that you get signed up and join us in the training. The other thing I want to say is that I have seen a lot of people go on to get certified and make a great living. One of the problems that we had early on was that people would get trained and then they would fall off. So we created the EFT Mentorship Program on top of that. So what is the EFT Mentorship Program? That is a program that is designed to help you take your skill set and now turn it into a practice. It can be started on the day you join the program, because we help walk you through the training and help make that as easy for you as you can. But then it launches you. It gives you what we call the success path, which is a training in its own that walks you through the different processes that you need in order to create a successful EFT practice. And I can tell you, I've had a lot of people do it. I think about this one woman, she's a stay-at-home mom. And so she's got 3 kids at home. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of work. She wanted to be home with her kids, so she took the EFT training, and she now helps people for a living. She charges $150 an hour. She gets about 10 clients a week, and she's making a decent living, staying at home on her own terms, helping people for a living. And I know that that's possible for everybody because I see it all the time. And the EFT Mentorship Program is here to help you take that leap so that your skill set doesn't get lost the day that you graduate. You can then take it on and go on to actually create a successful EFT practice. Another thing I want to say before I go, I know I'm talking a lot. Another thing I want to say before I go is that the thing that separates me from other people out there, one, I think online training is so superior to live training. I know people say the opposite. In my experience, it's just not true. In the live trainings, you learn about EFT, but you never have the time to embody the skill set. With this training, you learn a process, and then you apply the process. Then you go on to learn the next process, and you keep building on your skill set. And you can go back at any time and review the content until you really get it, really know it. So when someone sits down in front of you, you know how to help them. You also have access to me. So like a lot of trainings, you get access to the person for a few days, and then if you want access to them later, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to do so. I'm here for you. You can send me an email at any time. You can reach out in the private exclusive Facebook group that's just for people in the course, and contact me there. And I'm available to you, and I'm overseeing you throughout the process. So you have somebody who has 20 years of actual experience in the chair. There's a lot of practitioners, a lot of teachers out there, unfortunately, who have even really good reputations because they're great authors or they're great whatever, but they don't really have time in the chair. I have the time in the chair, sitting in front of people day in and day out, and I know how to do EFT well. And I'm going to teach you how to do EFT well. Okay? That's our goal, right? It's a world full of the walking wounded. It's everybody who has pain and has broken memories, and they have beliefs that are holding them back, and they have pain, and they have all kinds of things. It's a world full of the walking wounded, and we're on the front line to help make the world a better place. So I really hope to see you in the class. It's truly life-changing. I believe that. And I know that you will love it. Hope to see you there.